Hey team, welcome to tonight's team call. Tonight we're going to talk about the RankUp RoadMap that we learned at convention this past week. They just released it. It's some awesome stuff. So I'm going to show you like how to get into it and just kind of some of the stuff that's in it. And then we're going to talk, and then I'm going to talk to you about why it's important. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. This is new for me. So you're going to go to your website and you're going to log in. I should have already had that done. Sorry. My computer's slow too. I love the new Slim. And we are also going to get a new back office too that they talked about. It's awesome as well. So when you go to your back office, you're going to go to where it says trainings, and you're going to go down to RankUp RoadMap. Okay, so it's under the trainings tab to RankUp RoadMap. And then there's a quick video that you can watch. And then down here are the different roads. So right now they only have the silver one available. And from what my understanding, and Shay can either tell me different or what, is that as you move up, that's when the other ones will come available when they are all go live. So right now the only live one is the Silver Ambassador, but when they all go live, then once you hit gold, then the gold one will open. And then, or once you're working towards gold, the gold will open. And then once you're working towards senior gold, the senior gold will open. So, but right now it's only silver. You're gonna wanna get yourself familiar with this because this is a great way to get your newbies with the business, okay, and getting them to silver. So if you're not familiar with it, then you're gonna have a hard time training your newbies on it as well. So that's kind of why we're gonna go through it. So there is so much in here. So you'll start with here and it will tell you, so like when you click on it, and they're not long at all. Like they're like, I think the most was like 2 pages. So, and it will just tell you kind of like where to focus your time where it counts. So 70% is on building your business, 25% is on building yourself, and then 5% is on building your team. So most of your time needs to be spent on your business, okay? Then building yourself, because the only way you're gonna grow is if you work on yourself, and then building your team. So this is how one of them looks, one of the roadmaps look, or parts of it. And so it gives you just steps to do, and then, let me go back. And then it checks it off once you've seen it, okay? So then, and then you can go to the next one, like how do you become silver? They're gonna learn about how to become silver. I want to talk about this one right here, this color code. Okay, this one right here is, and I've already done this. I've already taken this personality test, but you're going to take a test. I think the test lasts around 10 minutes. When you take it, be completely honest, because at the end, it is going to give you your results on if you're a red, a blue, a green, or a yellow. Okay, so when I took mine was, I was a blue. And then right below blue, I was a yellow. So like my blue was like 71 and then my yellow was like 68. So like I'm both of those. And then it was like red was like in the 50s and then green was like in the 30s. Like I'm just not a green. So, and then at the end, it just kind of tells you like the best ways to, if this is a red person, how do you talk with this red person? How would you attract the red person to your business? How would you talk to a blue person? How are blues and reds and yellows and greens all different from one another? So I recommend that you all take time out to do this, and that you also, when you sign somebody else up, when you sign a newbie up, that you walk them through this and that you make sure that they take the color test, okay, the color quiz, color code, whatever. And then as you scroll down, there's more. There's so much in here. So you're going to want to get yourself familiarized with it, okay? Again, it's a great way for you to actually go silver again. Like if you're already silver, go silver again. Because remember, we always are trying to add 3 people to our team every single month, at least. That's the bare minimum, okay? So that's the goal. Also, it will have you do some stuff. So I've printed some of them out, and where I'm going to actually have to fill in stuff. So I just wanted to talk. So that was all I needed to talk about. So now I think it's Shay. So now Shay, I don't know how to do this. And you can piggyback on anything.
Go to the top.
Uh-huh.
Where it says you're viewing your screen or something.
Uh-huh.
And then click unshare screen or something. I don't remember the exact word, but it should be at the top, along the top of your screen.
Oh, stop share. I see it.
There you go.
Okay. And so now I make you host, right?
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to you, I'm going to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm in my kitchen. It is way too hot for me to be in my office right now. I will die. So I'm in the kitchen. Who knows what might happen down here. So just be warned. But I want to talk to you about why this RankUp RoadMap was created in the first place and why I think it's going to be such a valuable tool for our team. So when I joined 2.5 years ago, I joined and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had not done Plexus research. I pretty much knew nothing. I just had heard someone talking about Plexus, and I knew my friend Rachel did it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to call Rachel, and I'm going to sign up tonight. So I literally did that. I called her and said, okay, how do I sign up? And she's like, I don't really know. Let's figure it out together. And we kind of figured it out together. But then once we were signed up, we were like, all right, now what do we do? And we had great leaders like Jessica and Tamara who were posting things on their team page and things like that. But other than that, we had no idea what other teams were doing in Plexus. We had no like consistency. So when I started getting a ton of new people right away when I joined and I knew nothing about it, I had a hard time retaining those people because I had no knowledge myself. I think really honestly that this new roadmap is going to be huge for your business building ambassadors. This is going to be the tool that you're just going to want to send them straight to and say, here, if you want to be successful with this business, this is where you start. And the great part about that is that everyone's going to get the same blanket training, and then us as leaders can fill in the other gaps here and there. I know it's going to be an adjustment at first to kind of get going with this new thing that none of us know about ourselves, but I really do honestly believe it's going to be a super valuable tool for our teammates. So like me, I'm going to start over. Obviously, silver is the only one open right now, and I'm not a silver, but I've been a silver, and I'd like to know what my silver ambassadors are going to be working toward. And I love that when they log in, the first thing they see is, how do you become a silver? Because I had no idea how to become a silver when I joined. And so I think it's going to be a really, really great tool for our teams. We just need to get in the habit of utilizing it. So right now, I feel like it's the time for us to familiarize ourselves with it, figure it out ourselves so that we can use it appropriately with our new teammates. I'm going to talk a little bit about the In Motion magazine, and I did a quick live video the other day for those who weren't at convention because they had no idea about this tool. But the In Motion magazine, this is actually online, and I'll actually show you how to get to it. It's super, super easy. But they gave us paper copies at convention, and all it is really the roadmap, the RankUp RoadMap in paper form. So this is such a great tool. You could even call up your ambassador and be like, okay, turn to page 3. We're going to create your why today. And you could even like meet throughout the week and do different pages together, but it kind of paces them and gives them like actual lines to write their things in. So right away, they're getting their hands on this, they're digging in, they're writing about their why. I think that's super powerful. And then it goes on to saying, okay, let's set a 90-day goal. What do you want your 90-day goal to be? Do you want to be a silver in a week, or do you want to be silver in 90 days? Like they can kind of set their own pace, but there's places for them to actually physically fill it out. The other thing I really like about this is there's familiar faces in here, like Alec Clark. And so all of us who have been with the business for a while, we know who Alec is, but newbies have no idea who Alec is. And so it has familiar faces throughout it. But my favorite part, if I can find it, first it talks about getting customers and what PV is and all that. So it gives you good, valuable information. But here, it also breaks down like, hey, to become silver, you need 3 people under you. It's very visual, very simple, very clean cut. I really like how it is. And as you go, more things pop up. So they can kind of see, okay, well, I'm silver now. How do I get to gold? Hey, I'm gold now. How do I get to senior gold? And so it's a visual, and I really like this. So I don't know if I can screen share, but I'm going to attempt it really quick. You need to go away, please.
You should be. I made you host right now.
Laying down, and I pushed my iPad and eating my popcorn and laying down.
Okay. I'll come see you in a minute.
Okay.
Here we go. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know I need this thing to go away. So if you click into your back office and you go to the RankUp RoadMap, this is that opening page with the video and all those things below. But if you click up here under resources, your Plexus in Motion is there. There's also a compensation plan and a compensation summary. So for people who just sign up and they want to learn how to make money, it's right there under resources. Also, there's a Me+3 that kind of talks about how this whole business is finding 3 people and helping them get 3 people, and then finding 3 people and helping them find 3 people. So there's some good resources there, but the Plexus in Motion is here, and it's just a PDF version of the magazine I'm showing you. So you can zoom. I haven't really messed around with this. I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's where it's at. So I don't think I need to show you anything else with that. But it's literally the magazine. So if you want your hands on the magazine and you didn't go to convention, it's okay. There is a digital copy for you. Is there anything you wanted to add to that, Catherine, before I move on to the email?
I was just going to add that I've been using it. So, like, I've been filling out, like, since I'm already gold, like, who are my silvers that I had to go gold? And then, like, for senior gold, who are my silvers? My level 1 silver. So if your name's not on here and you're silver, it's my level 1 silvers. And then, like, I've even gone on to doing all the way through. So, like, with my ruby, I have my nine people that will go silver. So I already put my 2 level 1s that are silver on there. And even for, like, so then on emerald, you know, on emerald you need 15 golds. Now, of course, there's another way for you to go emerald. You don't have to have it 15 gold. But in the book, it talks about having a widespread team. And so, and I have 1 level 1 that's gold. And so as my level 1s go gold, then I'll add them on there. And so it just helps you to keep track of where you're at. But it's all about your level. I mean, it's mainly for your level 1s because it wants you to grow a solid, because you have to have those outside leg points too in order to rank up as well. Not just like Carrie and Jen can't get me to emerald if I only have Carrie and Jen. You know, like, I have to have more people to get there.
Awesome.
That's all I was gonna.
Okay, the last thing that I just really wanted to talk about tonight is they did announce that we are getting a new website and all that stuff that we talked about already, but they have revamped welcome emails for everyone. So when you get a new person who joins now, starting a few weeks, last week, I think, when they join, they get a welcome email. And in that email, it asks, which pace do you want to take? Do you want to take it at a walk, a run, or a sprint? So obviously, if you have people that join under you and you're talking up fast start gold and they're ready to rock and roll and they think they can hit that, they're going to be sprinters. If you have people who aren't sure they're even going to work the business, maybe they're just going to be wholesale customers, they might be a walk, because even if they pick the pace, it's at least going to give them tips and things like that. But if you have someone who's like, yeah, I'm going to work the business, but you don't think it's going to be like a heavy duty sprint, you don't want to burn them out too fast, there's going to be a run option as well. And then just a quick plug, I was messing around with the Lexi app today. And as you add people into your Lexi app, you can physically put which pace to add for that person. So if I have a new ambassador who's not so sure about the business, I could set her as the pace of a walk just so that I don't overwhelm her. And then you can even pick what days it sends things out to them as well. But I think that's a great option, especially if you have someone who's ready to go and they're ready to get fast start gold and you're really talking that up. What an awesome tool for them to pick their pace right at the beginning so they know exactly what they're getting themselves into. And then it takes them into that color personality quiz and all that stuff. But I really like that they've kind of revamped the whole thing so that it makes it just better when people join, gets people excited quicker when they join. And obviously the ultimate goal is to help people become silver as soon as possible once they join, and get them a little bit of success and get them going with their business. So I'm excited about the new changes. I personally think it's awesome. I'm really excited for the new website to come out. I think that's going to be a game changer for sure for all of us. But Catherine, was there anything else you wanted to add to any of that stuff?
Not really. Just with different paces, I would walk them through when you're signing up. I would walk them through that email just so that they sign up on the right path. Because from my understanding at convention, the sprint they'll get emails and stuff from Plexus on how to grow their business really quick. Then for the run, they're going to get information on how to grow their business just at whatever pace they want to work it at. And then for the walk, they're going to get information about the products first, but then they'll also get information about the business as well as time goes on. But they're not going to throw the business out to them at first with the walk. They're going to talk more about the products with them. So make sure you're kind of walking them through that. And so if you've had a new ambassador sign up since convention, they've gotten that email. So
yeah,
just wanted to throw that out. And I'm excited about it. The new back office looked amazing. And I think everybody at convention can agree to that. It's going to be wonderful. And I think the reason they're taking, because they did mobile first this time. So like they made the website where it is mobile friendly, and it's going to, I know it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be good. Okay. So, I mean, we just kind of went over a lot really quickly, but now we kind of have a question for you guys. Just because this is new to all of us, I'd like to hear from you guys and learn a little bit from you. But taking this new tool and seeing all the things that it has available to us, how do you think this tool is going to help us with our businesses? Like, how are you going to use this to grow your business? How are you going to utilize this every day? How are you going to do this with your newbies? Like, talk to us a little bit. What are you guys thinking about all this new stuff?
I feel like it's so much easier to get a grip that, like, the business is a real thing. Because when I first started, it was almost, I know this is going to sound strange, but like an abstract idea that kind of came with the product. Like, oh, I have the right to sell it. I have the right to do this. But one, not really understanding what the product was right away in terms of gut health. And we've come a million miles on that. And two, with this, like, for people to understand, I feel like explaining the business side of it to someone who might just think they want to be a wholesale ambassador has been made so much easier for us. It's not just like, oh yeah, you can do this thing. It's like, here's how you're going to do this thing. And I think that gives people just from the get-go a little bit more confidence, since we are a newer company, like in the grand scheme of MLM, like we're not Arbonne, we're not Amway. We're going to be better than those companies, but like we're just time-wise not there yet. And I feel like this is going to give us a boost to kind of get our name out there as a real contender in the industry.
I have a question. Is there a way for us to get that email sent to us, or is it on the back office that shows us the walk, the run, and the sprint?
I have asked around, and I've been told that we don't have a way to get it, but it's a super simple. Charles is like welcoming them just like in the emails we get with a little video, and then on the bottom it just says, what pace would you like to choose, and kind of walks them through that a little bit. But I don't think it's like extreme different than the one we all got when we joined. I just think they've added that aspect into it. Does that make sense? I don't think there's a way for us to get a copy of it though.
Yeah. Well, Carrie did a 3-way call, and they with Andrea's new ambassadors, and they did the email, and that's what she was saying, is that they just select which one, and then from there Plexus will send out the different the emails to them based on which one they picked. Because if they pick the sprint, like I said, Plexus is going to send out more emails to them than if they pick the walk. Plexus will only send out a couple of emails to them, like at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense if they pick walk.
Yeah.
You don't want to overwhelm your walkers.
Yeah. So they may get like 2 emails a week, where Sprint may get like 15 emails a week. So now we're just going to have to learn that with our new ambassadors. But I do think that walking them through it and being able to explain the difference between the 3 to them is huge. And they understand that those 3 options.
Okay, my question is, do we know what they chose? Because I have a new ambassador, and I have no idea where she's standing at. Like, she's talking about wanting to do the business, but she's also talking about being just a wholesale ambassador.
So has she done her email yet?
Say that again.
Has she done her email yet? Like,
I have no idea.
I think the best way is just to communicate well. And I don't think everyone knew that the welcome email had changed. And that's really why we wanted to talk about this tonight and get that tool in your hands. But I think it's as easy as saying, hey, I know it's been a few days. I didn't want to overwhelm you, but I'm curious if you've read your welcome email and chosen a speed or whatever. I don't know how I would word that. I would maybe explain it a little better, but just ask him, flat out ask him, hey, which one did you pick? Or can I help you pick one and talk about it and help them feel comfortable about their choice? I don't know. That's what I would guess I would personally do.
I think, like, anytime you can say, can I help you pick, like, from a totally selfish standpoint, is like, I want to see that email. I do. I want to know what they're looking at.
Have them forward it to you and say, can I just see what it looks like? Forward it to me. There you go.
Yeah, I guess you could just ask.
Anything else? Are you guys thinking about anything about how this will be a valuable tool to your team? Or are you nervous about the change? Or what do you think?
I'm excited about the change. I like newer technology. Especially looking forward to a new back office.
Yes.
It's frustrating to go through it right now. Man, we're quiet tonight.
Yeah.
I know. We're usually so talkative.
Half of you are like asleep.
Yeah, I'm like halfway asleep.
No, I feel like I'm trying to take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
And before the meeting, I was reading over my magazine, and I've been taking notes on it, and I just, like, I don't feel overwhelmed with it all, but, like, it's a lot to learn and a lot to be sure that I, like, get right, And I know that it'll come. Like, the more I do it, the better I'll get at it, but.
Well, I just left convention feeling overwhelmed with all the information anyway. And I was telling other people, like, I've been to 3 conventions, and this was by far the most jam-packed information thrown at us, like, left and right. I realize that they're trying to catch up from being behind a little bit. Like, in the technology aspect, I feel like they're realizing, hey, we're behind in our new. So I think they're trying to do right by us, but it is overwhelming. But I think the biggest thing is supporting each other and encouraging each other, because I think it's really going to be beneficial in the long run. It's just a little scary right now, I guess.
I'm not scared. I'm eager to get a handle on it and do it justice.
Any idea how we're going to find out when the new website's coming out?
They said sometime this summer, so I'm assuming they're waiting till they know it's going to be good instead of bad. Because if you guys weren't with us, was that a year and a half ago? It was October, a year and a half ago, I think, is when we switched over from our original website to what we have now.
It was October of 2015.
Is it 2015?
Yep.
Well, I don't want to like freak you guys out, but it was terrible. Okay. It was terrible. I think they jumped in way too fast. They weren't prepared. They weren't ready. And it was literally terrible. So I think this time around they're trying to do it right, do it the correct way, make sure they have everything ready and set to go so that we don't have the issues we had last time, because it was pretty ugly. But it sounds like they're trying to do right by us and fix it this time. So we'll see.
Yeah, that was right before I joined, and I've heard horror stories of that time period.
It was terrible. Tori's like, it was terrible. I had another question, but I just lost it. I have no idea. No idea. You guys have anything else? Any exciting things? Any
I'm coming back to life. I've been sick since convention.
I think a few people have. Like, people have come home and just been like, I think with the traveling and the time change, and yeah.
Unfortunately, I shared it with my mom, and she is sicker than a dog still.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I had to go sit with her all morning.
Mm.
She was dizzy and afraid to stand up, and very sad. She told me I'm never allowed to bring anything home from convention again.
Hey, she was there with you. I'm just saying. It could have been the other way around.
Exactly, except I got it first, but yeah.
Oh, real quick, kind of off topic. No, I'll tell y'all after the recording. Never mind.
Okay, random thought. I am in a thread with Jessica Heffley's leaders, and some of them have been talking about the new vital biome. And because of the 8 new strains of probiotics in it, some people die off. So I want you to encourage people, if they are feeling really lethargic or having mood swings, that is a sign it's really seriously working, because obviously those are die-off symptoms. But even ambassadors are saying, like, whoa, I'm having serious detox die-off. This is intense. So just keep that in mind when you have new customers starting it. Just kind of talking to them beforehand and educating them beforehand so that they don't start it and say, what is going on with me, and quit it right away. Same thing with like ProBio 5, but it sounds like even people who have been on Triplex for a long time are seeing huge die-off with Vital Biome. So just a heads up for you guys. I haven't personally started it yet, so I don't know if any of you guys have started it, if any of you are feeling anything differently.
I've noticed a few things that are very classic die-off symptoms, yeah.
Okay.
Breakouts.
So I noticed a few things. I noticed a few things as well, but mine was I just upped my water intake even more, and it helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's a good die-off cure anyway for anyone anyway. So just encourage lots and lots of water. I would hate for someone to be turned off from it because it's actually working if that's happening. But just to be aware, so you guys know.
I'm just, mine is sleeping. Like, since I started the Vital Biome, I can't sleep, but I sleep good at night, and I wake up very rested, but I'm only getting like 4 hours of sleep. That's it. But I'm not like tired. Like, my body's not tired. I'm not tired. So I don't know if that's a symptom, but that's the only thing that's been different for me since I started the Vital Biome.
Did you start Vital Biome and X Factor Plus at the same time?
No, I don't take the X Factor Plus because I have 3 months of the X Factor still.
Okay.
So I'm finishing that one off first before I start X Factor Plus.
Because I keep wondering, like, all these people talking about it, if they started both at the same time and it's just like a lot of change at once. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I just did Vital Biome, but I'm doing it in the morning, first thing in the morning. I take it because that's what the scientist said, to take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You can take it with the Slim, but then wait an hour before you eat, is what he said. That's the best way to get the most benefit out of it when I talk to him. And then you take the ProBio 5 at night. And
right.
And then they said to take the X Factor Plus. They recommend it with food just so because it's more potent than than the old one. But I haven't started that one yet.
So I started both, and I do the same thing. I take the Bio first thing in the morning with my Slim, and then I wait an hour before I eat because I have to wait an hour anyways after taking my Slim. And then I take my X Factor with my breakfast, and then I take my X Factor Plus again with my dinner. So I take it twice a day. So I take one in the morning and one at night because I noticed if I took them both in the morning, they weren't good.
That's interesting.
And then also, if you did not know this is another what the scientists said too. Two of them said this to me because I've been seeing people talk about taking the Bio Cleanse with the X Factor and the Boost right before workout as a pre-workout or whatever. He said to get the most benefit, the best benefit from the Bio Cleanse, you do not take it with any other products. Do not take it with any other. So do not take the Bio Cleanse and the ProBio 5. Like some people say that they do that together. He says that Bio Cleanse cancels out the ProBio 5. He says if you take the Bio Cleanse with the X Factor, it cancels out, not cancels completely, but it can cancel out some of the benefits of the X Factor because the Bio Cleanse is to cleanse your system. So to take that completely by itself.
Good to know.
So that's what the scientist said because I was like, well, I've been taking it with this and this. He's like, no, that should be the only supplement that you cannot take with any other supplements. All the other ones you can mix, you can take together. That's the only one you cannot.
That's interesting. That makes sense though. But it's still sometimes you forget and it's just convenient, but yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, because I had been taking the Bio Cleanse with other things, like the Boost and the X Factor, and he's like, well, you're not getting the full benefit of those products when you do that. I was like, oh, it's good to know. And you would know because y'all are the ones that created it. So just thought I would share that. But
bless you.
Are there any other questions or y'all want to ask anything?
Any questions?
Anything?
Good.
Okay. Well, then I'll end tonight's recording. Thanks, guys, for joining on. And I think it was a great one. And I can't wait to see how the roadmap helps with your business. Talk to you later.